All right, so we've looked at Pythagoras' theorem and we've worked out the length of the hypotenuse, the longest side. So we've used the formula, we've used Pythagoras' theorem to work that out. Now what we're doing is we're looking at exercises where we're trying to find out the length of one of the shorter sides. So it's pretty much the same. We use the same approach. If there's already a diagram in place, that's great. We use the diagram and then we identify what we know and use our formula. So we remember that our formula is c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So we know that our hypotenuse is our longest side, and we know that our right angle is always pointing towards our hypotenuse, so we have 17 squared equals a squared plus b squared, which is 15 squared. So now, I know that 15 squared is 225 plus a squared. I'll use my calculator to work out what 17 squared is. And we have 289. Now, we have a simple equation which we need to solve. If we want to move our 225 and move it across to the other side, we go minus 225 on this side, minus 225 on this side. They will cancel one another out. Now I'm just going to do a quick swap, but we've got a squared equals 289 minus 225. We clear that, so 289 minus 225 equals 64. Now, we need to look at what a is and get a by itself. So that's a squared. To get a by itself, we use the square root. They cancel one another out. And that leaves us with a on this side. But what we need to make sure of is that whatever we do on the left, we do on the right. So we have our square root sign there. Because we know our 8 times tables, we know that the square root of 64 is 8. So let's look at the next exercise. Again, our right angle points to our hypotenuse. Our hypotenuse is a known value and it's one of the shorter sides that we need to work out. Again, we're going to use our formula. C squared equals a squared plus b squared. So we know that substituting in for c, we've got 100. Because I've gone, c is 10, 10 times 10 is 100, equals, and we've got 7.6 squared plus x squared. So let's have a look at what 7.6 times 7.6 is. Equals 57.76 plus x squared, 100. Again, if we're going to subtract 57.76 from this side, we subtract it from this side as well. They cancel one another out. We're left with x squared equals, and then we've got the value 100 minus 57.76 equals, and we've got 42.24. So again, getting rid of our square root, they cancel one another out. We're left with our square root on this side. X equals the square root of 42.24. So Let's see what that equals. So we have a number 6.499. We're going to do this question to 2 decimal places. So if that's the case, we have a 9 here. We'll need to round up, equals 6.50. Now, this is a different exercise. We actually only have one value known, but what we also know is that these are both the same. So I'm actually not going to do this, but I can give you a little bit of a hint. So, if we call this x, we use our formula. So we've got 3 squared equals x squared plus x squared, because they're both going to be the same size. So, that being the case, I want you to keep on and have a look and see whether you can get an answer here. This is a more difficult problem, but when you break it down, you should be able to get the right answer.